up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on, go. 180.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half in some of these shorter games.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Now going up top for Kupp. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Dancing to his left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to... And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A run with Gurley there on 1st down. Going to get about 4 yards. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 39, Goff, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Ellis gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and it can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz call and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the Rams call on Johnny Hecker here to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they got out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Roberts has him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven 1st.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Going up top for Kupp. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
At the 50-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
We play to win. Let's go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Being chased out left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Gurley with a little bit of an opening there as he's able to get 5 on first down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 25 on second down, Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's gone. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Up to the 30-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got him. 24 is the mic. We own them. We own them.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Marquise Brown was the intended target. And now it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Jackson now to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Ravens. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They got a man. It's Woods. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
First down, Rams. 180. Let's go. Hey, come on now.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up? And now here's another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Snead's got it. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Rams' 8-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got it.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line.
Ingram again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not save us, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, you never switch.
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Yellow. 180. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. That's the pass.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, and he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Yellow. Check, check. 47. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A 1st carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let him know.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Now 3rd down.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And their first down, Chiefs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. Fielded just inside the 20. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Check. Watch 54. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Toss play, Kamara.
Go. Run.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This is caught by Ginn. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up second down.
Ready. 5-8. 5-8. Mike. I'm coming after you.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? I think touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 31 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That's it, baby. We gonna work. Ready.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Breeze. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And this is caught by Watkins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, one. Slam.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end, Josh Hill, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Breeze. He'll air it out deep for... It's caught inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. To throw is Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
We playing to win. Let's go.
Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Here's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On second down, Kamara. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Breeze on third down. Finds the former Northwestern Wildcat, Austin Carr. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 27 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, 1 play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. They're going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You remember me? You remember me?
Now Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within. I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Yeah. When I've been magic. Yeah. When up and up this magic. With the gang, we ball out.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
First carry for Nick Chubb, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Come on.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Play action now. Here's Mayfield going deep here for Landry. And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Rasheem Green. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returnable here from the 38. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over first and 10.
Set. 180. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They go with Chubb on second down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. A gain of 6 there on first.
180. Regular. You got nothing. I got it.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's third down and 4.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, seems like you get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Hey, that's good.
Mayfield now from the 50. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
First down, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Carson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 41, Wilson flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Olivier Vernon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at the 18. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 41, Mayfield trying to lay one up deep. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On first down, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And it's second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Alert. Check hot route.
Second and 10 now. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 72 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Browns 14, Seahawks 7. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 22, Mayfield trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, they'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down again.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Touch 50. Left pass.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he'll have the 1st down as he's up to about the 18. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for the Browns. 51 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Forced, and this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
At their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Check. Undercut. Good job right there. Undercut. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Good side. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. He's got this one complete to John Ursua. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They explosiveness on the sack. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.